Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Jack and I attended the exclusive first screening for Slumberland last night and got this photo taken and printed. I would love to share some of the event and also the process of documenting it. If you're new here, I used to take you along for all kinds of events and then bring you back into the studio to share how I documented the adventure in a variety of ways. This time I'm going to show you how I take the event photos and put them into this Archer and Olive journal. It's a combination art journal, creative journal / time for exploring or space for exploring. And I really don't have a particular rule to follow in here because you can see that it's evolved as the pages have gone along. I have other people contributing, I have kids contributing, I have magazine cutouts, paint, there's a little bit of vision boarding, there's some quotes, and a lot of paint lately, okay? A lot of painted backgrounds and messiness, and I want to try to capture some more photos in here, but to really only do it intentionally and mindfully and not feel forced to put something in that I don't want to be in. I don't go in chronological order. You see all kinds of marks in here, and it's an opportunity to document a memory, and I want to share this with you. I think that this spread is where it's going to go, but I'm not quite sure because the black and white photo has a weird kind of sepia tone to it. So I'm looking for something that's already created. This might be kind of good, but then there's no room for journaling. I kind of like that too. Okay, anyway, the idea is to share a little bit about the event and also to document the process. If you were familiar with the videos from before, typically I did it in a scrapbook, traveler's notebook, maybe a mini album, or even my planner. But this time it's maybe going in here. Let's go back in time to last night. Though I hadn't intended on making a YouTube video, I was capturing photos and some video, thinking that I might create a vertical video to be used as a reel. Jack and I are here at Netflix Theater. What are we gonna see? The only spoiler I'm going to give you is that we both loved the movie so much, and being able to see it on a big screen was amazing. And then this was really cool too afterwards.
If you're really excited to come out onto the stage, groan again. There it was. You know who that is? Marlo Barkley. Welcome, Marlo. Come on out. And Jason, come on.
Thanks first.
Give me your favorite actual dream that you have had in your real life.
I have mine.
Get it, girl. Do it.
This is very weird. I don't know if it means anything, but I had a dream where I was sitting in my kitchen eating blueberries, and then all of a sudden I dropped a blueberry, it grew life-size, and chased me around my house.
Now, what about you, Jason?
I did this movie because I have no dreams.
Oh my God, you're a
I
Philip.
live my dreams. I'm really bad. Like I never remember them. And also, when I was really little, not to bum everyone out, but yeah, I had some really bad. I had bad dreams.
Oh no.
Oh, you told me about this.
I needed help.
But so it's good that you don't remember them now.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So you must have felt kind of tied to this movie in a certain way that might have been unique. Is that the case?
The moment I opened the script of this movie, I fell in love. So doing something like this for my kids and sitting next to my kids with this beauty, this movie is really special to me. So
Yeah.
did you have fun? Did you guys like it? Yeah. Oh man, I love this film. We had the best time, didn't we?
It was so much fun.
This is our first film. Can you believe that? I'm like, it is all downhill from here, kid. I'm like, I've been doing this for 25 years, and this is as good as it got for me. And it was with you. You're a first timer.
Well, honestly, if this is like the only project, or if this is the last thing I do, I'm happy. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
We all know you're gonna be winning an Oscar someday because you're so talented. And
You said it,
and
not me.
And I'm in your fan club.
From your
First.
mouth to the
Second,
Academy's
brother.
ears. Now, if this is like your first big thing, one of the things that I kept thinking of as I was watching it is so beautiful and the CG is so good. I wasn't exactly sure what was real and what was fake.
No, I honestly like filming in front of a green screen because it kind of, I get to use my imagination, and then also when I see it for the first time, it's like seeing a whole new movie rather than sitting there being like, yep, I know, I was there. But with the green screen, it's like, oh, I was not expecting that it was going to look like that. So it's really cool seeing it in a new light.
Right, and that's even more awesome because the places in this movie are just unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my husband came downstairs while I was watching it and he said, "What is this?" And I said, "It's magical AF." That's all I know. So, what about you, Jason? What was a place that really stuck out to you that happened to be a location or even like a set?
I just had a wonderful experience on the garbage truck.
That was
This
fun.
is the
Oh
kid
my
driving the
god.
garbage truck.
It's amazing.
He's amazing.
So cute.
That hair, that
Oh
pompadour.
man,
It's so
he was
good.
he just slayed me. I had a lot of fun on that because it set me free. He did that like first.
Take some more pictures now because sadly I've got to wrap this up. And I just want to preserve those warm fuzzies. But I also just need you to answer one more question.
Got it.
Yes, there's Slumberland 2 and 3 coming out. Boom! We sealed it! Netflix, we did it.
Yep. Everybody, Jason Momoa and Marlo Barkley. Don't stop dreaming and make sure to post about Slumberland. Everybody put your hands together for Jason Momoa and Marlo Barkley.
Though it was pretty surreal to watch an incredible film with amazing visuals and then to see both Marlo and Jason talk about it together, it wasn't a dream. It really happened. And I hope you enjoyed watching what I could show you. Let's get back to the spread where I was really trying to make this work without having to paint a brand new background. Though this seemed like the best one, the colors were a bit darker and dreamier, which matched the movie, but I still wasn't completely sure. I decided it was time to take out my Instax printer and look for a couple other photos to supplement the story I wanted to tell on the page. The app is really easy to use. You need to connect to the Wi-Fi that's on the printer after you turn it on, and then you can go ahead and adjust and crop and connect and print it out. And it takes about, I would say, a minute, maybe less, to print out of that slot. I love this printer so much. It's been a while since I've shared about it here on YouTube, but as you can see, it's coming out there, and I usually leave it face down to develop fully. Now I want to go back and see if there are others that I want to print out as well. I know that there's a group shot of Shay and her daughters, and that would be a good one to supplement with as well. She also sent me one where she was in the front row sitting next to Marlo's mom, and she had a really good angle of both Jason and Marlo. So I'm going to go ahead and print that one as well. While you're going through and printing your photos, you actually have time to change your mind. And I believe that's part of the creative process, is allowing yourself to see how you want to structure things, but also the freedom to decide that you have possibly a better option. This is the one that I think was the right choice. I'm making an adjustment. I'm not even going to use that other photo. I'm going to give that one to Jack to hang up in his room if he'd like, or I can put it somewhere else. I'm not really worried about the fact that I was so determined to use that photo and not add to it. I'm so much happier with the way these photos look on this layout in particular. And now I'm just choosing how I want to either fill in the background or make sure I have my placement right. I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive onto this bottom photo, and cover up that little unnecessary background and make sure the photos are together, partially because I want them to look like they're meant to be where I decided they should be. I'm not sure that made sense, but I liked the placement, so I wanted to glue it down. I'm taking my watercolor set. This is my travel watercolor set with American Crafts. The supplies that I am able to link are below. My thought process is that I want to have a little bit of blue here on the edge right next to the photo. And as I'm going through it compositionally, I'm not making choices based on anything other than what I feel is right. So as much as I want to follow like the rule of thirds and the different design principles, I am just going by what feels right to me. And I encourage you to really do the same, especially when it comes to your creativity and following your flow and following the fun. I loved how Jason mentioned that that was his favorite scene because he really found that it made him feel free. And that's when he really got a hold of the character. Although I had never really thought about it prior to this moment, I believe there are all kinds of parallels we can draw when it comes to starting a craft, practicing a craft, and even mastering a craft. For this to be Marlowe's first film, you would never know it. Oh, I'm going to use these pattern stamps to stamp on the background just to fill it in. If you don't have anything like this, you can just draw little plus signs or whatever marks you want to make. Okay, so I guess the point I was trying to make was that you would never know that it was Marlowe's first film. She was amazing, truly amazing. She was just 12 when she filmed it, and Jason has done huge films after what he said I think was a 25-year career. And it was so refreshing and wonderful seeing him support and champion this rising star. Well, that was a mistake. Okay, these are the days apparently. I think it got smudged. I don't think it was user error. I am fine to admit if I've slipped or something, but maybe I did slip because it was, I think, ink and maybe some acrylic paint. Oh, you know what it was? I think I actually have that yellow is distress oxide. So maybe it reacted with the ink a little bit differently. Okay, sorry, that was a total side note, but I will cover that up. Okay, I got distracted a little bit. Back to what I was saying about Marlowe. She's sure to be a rising star, which is all to say that I believe it's something we can extract for our own creative process. Whether you're doing this for fun, whether you're doing this for work, the process should bring you joy, a sense of happiness and ease. It should be fun. And though you can grab the latest supplies like the sticker book collaboration with Wrong Wrong, I think you probably have plenty of supplies or perhaps pages you've started that may be worth revisiting. I really love making these videos for you just for making them. If I complicate the process and I'm too hard on myself, then what happens is that I feel guilty for not filming, or I put unnecessary pressure on myself for editing the video, and then unfortunately I don't upload any videos. I so appreciate you all watching, liking, subscribing, and sharing, whether you've seen tons of my videos or are just stumbling upon this for the first time. You'll notice that I use some simple techniques, such as that watercolor brush, and when I use adhesive, I try and only do the center of the photos to start, so that in case I wanted to layer anything or pseudo layer anything underneath, it could actually happen and you could just lift up the sides a little bit to tuck under. I ended up not doing that this time, but oftentimes it's helped. So I'm just going to stamp the date, and then I think the journaling can pretty much begin. Here's a little strip of washi tape that is from a collection from a long time ago. Posca pens have been my new favorite markers because I've been doing so much painting and they turn out really vibrant and bold. But I've also found that it's really a great tool to use for writing and journaling. So here's a little title that I'm adding. If you have seen scrapbook pages or traveler's notebook spreads, I like to have a theme or kind of a title. I guess Enjoy the Journey could have been the title, but I also include the journaling at the end too. So this is a Tambo Funosuke, which I highly recommend you have in your stash. I have a few of these in multiple colors, but my go-to is always the black. I love the black so much. Sharing the story on the spread is a slightly different way of documenting for me, yet still feels true to my style and also fresh and fun. I'm embracing this new unfolding of my style and simply allowing it to come to fruition with ease and flow. Using what supplies you have is something I strongly encourage you to do. It's fun to play around with paint, stamps, stickers, and whatever you have laying around. You can use mark making and all kinds of different colors to create a mixed media memory page. Hope you felt like you were right alongside us at the event and also here in the studio. What are some of the daydreams you've been having lately? I think this encompasses so much of what I've been dreaming about. Playing with colorful paints and bits of my stash, mixing it up, and experiencing life with my son, going to a fun event, and sharing the process with you. Thank you, friend. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you have any questions or comments below. Here's what I wrote. Beyond our wildest dreams, we were invited to an exclusive first screening of Slumberland. Jack and I listened to the song World's Smallest Violin on repeat for most of the 55-minute drive to Netflix headquarters in Hollywood. It was so fun to catch up with Shay and her family. Jack brought his GAN. We had the signature mocktail and some bites. We both loved the movie, Pig, the kid driving the garbage truck, and the amazing scenes. The Q&A after was pretty neat too. I realized too, after not using this photo, which, changing plans is good, and that photo can be used for something else, I also added these little plus signs in the Posca pink pen. All right, friends, thank you so much for watching as always, and may all your wildest dreams come true.